Hello and welcome to the Cyber Den, your weekly dose of tech and games right here on Siren FM. We've got a new contender on the Cyber Quiz. Please welcome the Rageaholic known as RazorFist. Thanks for coming, mate.
I'm more than happy to do it. I've been waiting to do this for a while. We were kind of doing musical messages on YouTube for a little while there, trying to get back and forth in touch with each other, but I'm glad to be here finally.
So, RazorFist, I've noticed on your YouTube channel you do plenty of things to do with video games, like rants, reviews, and much more.
I certainly do, most of them with a generous peppering of profanity.
Now, I heard you're a fan of the Thief series, am I right?
Only slightly, right? Yeah, just a little bit. I've only got, the posters on my wall and so forth, and, 3 different videos dedicated to the subject, so yeah.
Well, it's not going to be on Thief.
Okay.
Well, I was thinking maybe I could do a quiz on, maybe Call of Duty? Hang on, we've got a flashing light here.
Did my death threat send already? Is that what that is?
It looks like it's a message from my good friend, Duke Nukem. What do you have to say, Duke?
Call of Duty? Really?
Ooh, he's got a point there.
Yes, he does.
Good point, Duke. Let's not do it on Call of Duty. I've heard you're a fan of the Hitman series. Is that true?
Very much, although I have not played the first game in the series, so this ought to be interesting.
To be honest, I'm going to second you there. I have not played Hitman 1. I've only seen YouTube clips of it, and the
game is like the great white buffalo of PC gaming. It's very hard to locate these days.
True, but in terms of the voice acting and the writing, etc., it's pretty cheesy based on what I've seen on the YouTube snippets, etc.
Well, yeah, from that entire generation of gaming, what was that tail end of the PS1 era? Not exactly renowned for its voice acting prowess, just ask Resident Evil 1 and its Jill Sandwich.
But anyway, let's start off the quiz, shall we? This is all to do with the Hitman series, so let's get started. Question 1. What was voted as the best line spoken by 47 out of all of the Hitman games as chosen by the fans? Was it, quote number 1, names are for friends, so I don't need one, from Hitman Blood Money, there's a bullet for everyone, a time and a place, an end, from Hitman Contracts, or I need to use the bathroom, from Hitman Codename 47?
Okay, I may very well be wrong here, but if the bathroom one isn't the correct quote, then it's the Hitman fan base that are wrong, so I'm going with C.
You're correct, it is. I need to use the bathroom.
Brilliant.
Okay, moving on. Question 2. What is the name of the worst possible mission rating one can achieve?
Oh, is it, oh gosh, it's like killer or something to that effect? Murderer? It's something to that effect, but I don't actually know offhand.
I'll give you that. I'll be generous and give you that. The worst possible rating is Mass Murderer.
Mass Murderer, that's what it was.
Also known as 47's Bad Day rating.
Okay, it's different in different... I figured it was different in different games.
I remember getting that rating quite a lot on the early Hitman games, back when I was about 10 or 11. I didn't really grasp the concept of sneaking.
Well, yeah, as soon as you figure out there's a first-person mode, you can pretty much play it like a first-person shooter. Well, at least you, on the surface, you think that you can play it as a first-person shooter. The first 17 times that you wind up watching yourself be hideously murdered in slow motion. So.
Moving on to question 3 then. What year was Hitman 2 Silent Assassin for the Xbox, PlayStation 2, PC, and GameCube released? What year?
I could cheat here, but I am going to have to take a guess because I didn't play it at launch. Oh, 2002?
That is correct. It was 2002.
Excellent. So something good came out of that year.
Nicely done. Hitman 2 was a childhood game, and even though the AI, it was a pain in the bum, let's just say, to put it subtly, it was still had some pretty good things in it, especially the soundtrack, which it's one of my favourite soundtracks out of all the Hitman games, to be honest.
Jesper Kyd, same guy who did the soundtrack to the first Assassin's Creed. Excellent, excellent composer.
Now, question 4. Which of these levels were not from Hitman contracts? Was it Traditions of the Trade, the hotel level, Beldingford Manor, or The Murder of Crows?
Murder of Crows.
That is correct. The Murder of Crows is from Hitman Blood Money.
It's an excellent mission. You get to dress up as a giant bird on Mardi Gras and murder everybody. Then there's so many freaking NPCs on screen. Sorry, I'm going to gush about this game if you don't stop me.
Okay then, question 5. What is the name of the agent that always seems to get into trouble and is consequently rescued by 47?
Oh, God. Now you got me. I have absolutely no idea. I'm going to say Agent Blusterbottom.
I'm afraid not. It's Agent Smith.
Agent Smith. Okay, well that figures. a nice eye-catching name like that, I can understand.
Okay then, question 6. Who composed the soundtrack for most of the Hitman games?
Well, I just said it, Jesper Kyd.
Yeah, I kind of winced when you mentioned Jesper Kyd earlier. Correct.
Beat you to the past there.
Well. Okay then. Moving on to question 7. A minigun can be looted in Hitman contracts. Which level is this secret weapon located in?
Ooh. That's a rough one. I've never actually located this as Easter egg. I usually play the game so stealthily that I'm not exactly jonesing for a minigun, Death Wish 3 style. But I'll just throw a dart. Let's say the mansion.
The mansion level. I'm afraid that's incorrect. Actually, it's from the first level.
Is it?
Yes, it is actually. The trick is, you've got to get a keycard from the second to last level called Li Hong Assassination. Then you've got to go back to the first level and unlock a specific door, and you'll find a certain person with a minigun walking around. He won't shoot you, of course. You can just knock him out, slowly plod around with the minigun, and take it outside and pretty much mow down every SWAT man in the area.
See, Duke Nukem would have known where the minigun is. You should have consulted him. That's what should have happened there.
Okay, then, moving on to question 8. Who is the first target that 47 must assassinate in Hitman Absolution? Now, we're not talking about the training mission with Diana. We're talking about the first mission officially.
Oh, that's the Triad mission, correct? That's in China. It's basically a clone of the Triad mission from Contracts. But the actual name of the character, I don't actually know. So I'm just going to make up a Chinese, it's a pseudo-Asian name. I hope this doesn't come across as too racist. But I'll say Hong Kong Phooey.
I'm afraid not. It's actually the King of Chinatown.
King of China. Okay, well, that's the name of the mission. I should have known that. I should have just taken a stab in the dark.
Nevertheless. Okay, moving on to question 9. In Hitman Blood Money, during the theatre level known as Curtains Down, what prop could Agent 47 replace to make the death of a target look like an accident?
The prop gun.
That is correct. A pistol with blanks could be replaced with a real World War I pistol during the execution scene.
That mission, I have wasted half of my life playing that mission. It is so much fun to waste time on that one mission. And it's like the smallest area in the entire game, yet there's so many ways to do the mission. You just never get tired of playing that mission. Love it so much.
A bit of a fun fact for our listeners out there. There's actually a secret area in the Curtains Down level called the Rat Club, and getting the keycard in there is difficult, but when you actually enter it, it's full of these rats who are drinking wine, eating pizza, and hitting each other with oversized boxing gloves. It's a very strange Easter egg.
Yeah, also known as the IGN editorial room.
Okay then, moving on. Finally, question 10. What is the name of 47's signature pistols?
The Silver Ballers.
Congratulations, it is the Silver Ballers. Okay, looking at your score, you've scored a pretty good 7 out of 10.
Excellent, 70%, so I pass, bare minimum. There we go with the I'm a product of the American education system through and through.
Okay, RazorFist, thank you very much for coming onto this show.
It was my absolute pleasure to do so.
Why don't you give your little YouTube channel a bit of a plug? Tell all my dear listeners out there what it's about, etc.
I run a little YouTube channel known as the Rageaholic, where I do a number of series, including the Rageaholic proper, where I review video games, and turbo cheesy, mustache-bedecked 1980s action films. And I also have a running series where I review albums called Music Mythos or Metal Mythos, depending on which genre I happen to be reviewing at that particular point in time. But that's essentially what I do. And if you want to know about any of those, you can go to my channel, which is youtube.com. I believe it's /C/the Rageaholic. No, I don't know why the C is in there. Because I'm in America, from sea to shining sea. That's how that works.
I would just like to thank, of course, my dear listeners out there for once again tuning into the Cyber Quiz right here on the Cyber Den, your weekly dose of tech and games right here on Siren FM. So, RazorFist, do you think you could end this review like you usually end your videos?
Absolutely. I believe every video should end this way, regardless of whether or not it's mine. Godspeed!